So my $20 million flex space is in trouble, and we're actually going to drive it, and I'm going to walk you through exactly what is going on. I am invested completely in flex space. I invest all my eggs in this one basket because I believe in it. My largest development till date, which is about 125,000 square feet, is in trouble. Apparently, it's a ghost town. I haven't visited it in a long time, and I'm going to take you guys and show you guys exactly what is going on and why my $20 million development is in trouble. We're getting ready to head out. I'm making a decision. It's going to be a difficult one. Am I going with the OG lifted G-Wagon, or are we driving the GTR Pro today? Yep, and you guys guessed it. If we're going to go site touring, I want to definitely be on the road in Sport Plus or track mode. So definitely in the GTR Pro. That's where we're heading out in. And hey, you know what? Let me give you guys a cold start and show you guys what this thing sounds like, because it sounds insane. Love the way that engine sounds. Love the way this car cold starts. The cool thing about it, it's loud, but it's also very classy. It's not like crazy loud. I used to have a Huracan. The Huracan was so loud, my neighbors would get so annoyed every time I started it, and that was on a stock exhaust. So imagine if it had an aftermarket exhaust. It would be crazy. This one, it has a deep rumble. It's loud enough to where it puts a smile on your face every morning when you're going to work, whatever it is that you're doing. But also, it has like a whine, almost like a high pitch, almost like it's like a sort of like an F1 car, you know. So it's really good. I love the way it cold starts. It's really classy. I love this car over the Huracan, just way more. It has room in the back to actually put stuff in, and I've actually picked up a lot of stuff in this car and been able to use it as a daily driver. So I really love this AMG GTR Pro, and I think I'm gonna have it for a long time. I don't know, never say never, right? Because the last time I said I was gonna have a car for a long time, which was the Huracan, it lasted 60 days and then it was gone. The SLS, I don't know, it was a couple of months and then it was gone. So never say never, but I am truly enjoying this experience with the AMG GTR Pro. We're at the office. There's some important business I need to take care of. I have a few meetings lined up for today. I'm gonna finish those. Then we're gonna drive to the flex space, and I'm gonna give you guys the story as to what is going on with that flex space. I don't think I've ever showed you guys my office either. Hold on, we'll just let the colors adjust for a second. But here we are in my office, and this is kind of what that looks like right now. Let me get my sunglasses out. So we've got our podcast set up. We've got my meeting set up. We actually have, I don't know if you guys OGs remember, but my 1972 SL is now actually parked inside my office. And the reason it's inside my office is because I do love it so much. We got Zara in the back over there. We got things that are happening. And here we are with the car. So office is pretty cool. We're working. We're busy. We're always busy. We're getting ready to launch the fund. And the fund's going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to talk about that on the way to the flex space. But now I need to get to work. So what car do you drive to work?
A G-Wagon.
Zara, what car do you drive to work every day?
A 2004 Toyota 4Runner.
4Runner crowd. Habibi, let's go. We have a missing MIA, missing person right over here. And missing person right over here. They're a little late, but I guess there's going to be a reason for that. It's my office. Of course, it's not set up yet, guys. Got our morning Starbucks ready. We're not set up. We're going to be set up in a minute. We're waiting on some construction to go through. But once again, this is what my office looks like. I have a treadmill because I get stressed out. And then I think I saw Huda here. She's hiding from us, I think. I want to say, there she is. I found you. I got you.
I'm hiding from your vlog.
So, what car do you drive to work every single day?
I drive Megan.
Megan. What is Megan?
I think she's a GLC 300.
GLC 300. So Mercedes.
Mercedes gang.
Yep, Mercedes gang it is. Looks like we're getting a little bit of rough weather, and I definitely want to take you guys to the site today. So I'm just going to change cars, going to get into an SUV. Not Top G. Top G is just a little uncomfortable to drive out that far. I mean, it's fun. When I was younger, I would definitely enjoy driving a vintage G-Wagon that far out. But as of today, I don't think I'm in the mood for that. So I'm going to switch the cars. We're going to go back home. Gonna get in the GLE 43, the AMG. That's a much more comfortable vehicle, and hopefully if the weather does get bad, it's a little higher up, so I'll be okay, because the last thing I want to do is drive my AMG GTR in bad weather. So let's just head home real quick and then head to site. Car swap just happened. We're heading to site. I'm really excited actually, because I haven't been to this site in a long time. For those of you who don't remember and are not OGs and are just tuning into my channel, so I basically built a flex space development project in Cypress, Texas, so not too far from where I live. And it basically cost me $1 million, and that project was worth about $16 million at completion. Of course, I had to place debt on it, and there was a lot of stuff that went into that project. I actually sold this development shortly after I started building it. I got an offer from a private equity group in California, and they were interested in buying this and multiple other projects that I have going on right now at the time. And what's basically happened is, because they're such a large company, because they're a large firm, they don't have time to lease out this development. So that is kind of where I'm going to come in. They've completed it, and from what I hear, because I haven't driven it in a very long time, just because I don't own the project anymore, I want to see what is going on. I'm going to give you guys input on what I think they did right, what I think they did wrong. I mean, obviously they did a lot of things right because they just took over the development, and they continued developing after I sold them the project with the same builder. So they should be fine in most cases. But I do want to take a look at the project and kind of figure out what is going on and why they are not able to lease. So not only are they not able to lease this one development, which we're going to drive today, which is huge, they also have, at the same time when they bought my development, they bought like 4 or 5 other developments, and they're not able to lease those either. So they're in big trouble, and I'm just guessing it's because they don't have boots on ground. Either way, I'm gonna take a look. We're gonna take a look, and we're gonna figure out what is going on and why they are unable to lease out such a beautiful asset class, and what their struggles are. Because to be honest, I'm not struggling that much with leasing out all my other product, so I wonder what they're doing differently, and we're gonna figure that out together. All right, and we're here. Man, look at this. I haven't seen this site in forever. So I'm gonna drive it, I'm gonna get down, I'm gonna talk to you guys about what is going on with the property. But before that, let me show you guys exactly what is happening and what the issue, I guess, that the new owner is having is. Okay, so obviously these are all my tenants, by the way. I remember putting all of these people in here, and it seems like most of them, for the most part, are still here. But I do notice Black Diamond. You guys remember Black Diamond? They're great tenants, by the way. Clutch, great tenant as well. He does suspension, air mods, and I can clearly see that he's still hanging around doing quite a good job. Now, I don't know what is going on, but let's actually drive this place a little bit before we make conclusions on anything. So, all right, by the way, massive project. Look at this. Look at how big this place is. And look at what is going on. This place is literally, I'm not kidding, it's a ghost town. Look at this. Wow. I can literally park in the middle of the street. There's no car. And by the way, there's a few more rows of this. I'm here on this $20 million flex space property, and as you guys can see, it is a ghost town. There's nobody here. It's just me. The project is completed, and it's $20 million that is basically going to the trash because there is zero income. Now, I'm assuming that the monthly pay, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming the monthly payment on this type of project is at least $50,000, at least. So the current landlords are at least $50,000 a month in the hole because they can't get this place leased up. Now, full disclosure, I do not own this property. You guys remember this property from my $1 to $16 million conversion as a part 1. That's the video, I think, that made the channel go viral. That's the video that gets watched the most. But here we are, completed development, and I am telling you guys, I am here. It's a ghost town. I am surprised at what type of a ghost town this has become. But that's why they contacted me. That's why they want me to get involved again. I am Hamza Invests. I am the king of flex space. They realized that they do not have the capacity to get this thing leased out without my assistance. Now, weather is obviously a little better. I could have come in the AMG GTR, no problem. But I wanted to show you guys firsthand what is going on and how we're going to turn this place around. So I've already got my guys coming in next week. We're setting up a leasing office. We're going to help them out. And not only are we going to help them out, I'm going to show you guys that actually, in reality, leasing these flex spaces does take time, does take energy, does take effort. There's no magic like that happens. Of course, there's magic due to me just being me and working full steam. But it is hard work. We're going to continue to work hard. We're going to get this thing leased up for them. And boom, it's going to be leased up before we know it. Now, obviously, a project this size, they should have been pre-leasing prior to completion. They should have been, you know, knocking out a ton of leases. Unfortunately, I guess they didn't do that, which is why I am dealing with this crazy ghost town. Anyways, so we're gonna get back to this. In the meantime, I wanted to walk you through one of the questions that I get asked the most. Hamza, what is a flex space? So I'm gonna walk you through that, and I'm gonna explain exactly what a flex space is really quickly. So obviously, this behind me, as you guys can see, is a typical flex space. So for those of you guys who keep asking me, Hamza, what is a flex space? What is a flex space? This is exactly what a flex space looks like. 125,000 square feet in multiple rows. Now obviously I'm in one of the rows, meaning I have a set of buildings on the left and the right. There is another set of rows that is completely empty as well. Now, what is a flex space? It is basically 80 to 90% warehouse, and then you have that little glass door with the awning, which is about 10 to 20% usually of office. Now these are very small spaces. The buildings, okay, each building is 12,000 square feet, but each individual space is about 15 to 1700 square feet. That's how I like to cut them. That's how I planned out this development. Now, once this development is completely leased out, these guys are going to be cash flowing over $1 million, I believe, a year, just with what, actually way over $1 million. What am I talking about? Because if debt service is 50 grand probably on something like this, they're going to be cash flowing at least double that. So they're going to be cash flowing probably 100 grand or more once this flex space is complete. And I can say that because I remember leasing out all the first line. Those are all my tenants, and of course you can go back to my YouTube videos and look into that. Now, I also wanted to talk to you guys about why I'm starting to vlog again, why I think vlogging is the best way for me to move forward, to show you guys and prove to you guys, well, I don't need to prove anything to anyone, but to show you guys rather that these are so easy to build. They're so easy to get leased out. All you need is the right formulas. All you need is the right strategies. All you need is the right people, such as myself, who are backing these kind of developments, who are getting things moving. Because of course I have a fund, I have a ton of investors that invest with me. This is a great way for me to keep them updated. I have people who are in my mastermind. This is great for me to keep them updated. I have people who are they want to be part of my community. And this is actually a great way for me to keep everybody updated. Now I'm obviously here for a reason. I need to get to work. I need to get these leases taken care of. I need to make sure that cash is coming into this deal. Why? Two reasons. Number one, full disclosure. Of course, I'm getting paid to do that. I'm not, work is not free. I'm not a government. I'm not a charity. I have to, work and keep my lights open. So obviously, I'm getting paid by this company to get this project leased. Number one. Number two is if I do a good job leasing this, guess what? A lot of you guys are gonna come to me and be like, hey man, it's official, you are the king of flex. Well, I'm already the king of flex space, but it's gonna be an official title where I will be king of flex space. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to be king of something, go be king of that. I like being king of flex space. I love flex spaces. It's what I do for a living. It's what I will continue to do for a living, and I really enjoy being in this. This is like my playground, my pin, my bullpen, my toy. A lot of people like cars, planes, whatever. For me, this is my toy. Flex spaces are my toys. People like to show off what kind of cars they have. Now, of course, I have good cars. I'm not saying I don't, but I couldn't care less about cars. When it comes to things like this is truly what excites me. This becomes my toy. This is more expensive than any jet. This is more expensive than any car anybody can show off with. And when I get to show off these type of deals all around the country, this is kind of what I live for. So I'm super excited to see what's going on. Now with that, let's take a tour on the third row and see what type of a ghost town this place really is. It is literally, look guys, look at the vacancy. Oh my God, this is scary. I really, look, there's some damage on this side. It seems like construction may not be 100% over. But if they hired me to lease this place, I'm assuming that they have their occupancy permits and that we are good to go. So this is another third row. And look at this. So I think these are still the builders. I don't think these are tenants. NNG Mechanical. And look at what is going on here. So rows and rows and rows of vacant flex space. And look at that. Detention pond. That cost me, I don't know, 300-400 grand before I sold it to them. Now I obviously made good money selling this project, so I'm not complaining about anything. I'm just glad that I got to be a part of it, and I'm getting to be a part of it again while leasing. So they did manage to lease out a few spaces, and this guy looks like a tuner. but he doesn't have a dyno, which means we all know how this person is tuning their cars on the street, obviously. So, okay, I'm just here. I need to take a look and see what is going on and how I'm gonna deal with this. Once again, look at that vacant row. Oh my God, this is like just scary. Just got out from a meeting with one of my tenants, Black Diamond. I'm going to show you their place in just a second from the outside because I don't want to go inside and show you what that looks like right now. But, you know, maintaining good relationships with your tenants is actually pretty good. I've always maintained a great relationship with my tenants. And ever since I own the property, they've helped me quite a bit in leasing and finding tenants and doing stuff and all of that. So I'm going to try to get them to work with me and help me lease out this development. They obviously have some advantages that I don't, which is language, because they can speak Spanish and I can't, and that's just the reality. You need to identify other people's strengths and know where your weaknesses lie, and my weakness is clearly language barrier. With that being said, I am now going to set up shop. Well, not now, but with that being said, I'm going to set up shop Monday, first thing here. So you guys are going to get to see a lot of more flex space content on existing flex spaces and on previous flex spaces as well. I think it's going to be super nice. It's going to be really interesting. And I also think that, you know, somehow, somewhere, there's going to be a lot of money to be made. Now, obviously, these guys are going to sell the project. They're going to make millions of dollars once this place is leased out in comparison to, you know, what I'm going to make trying to help them lease this out. But content is content, and I really like this content. I think it'll add a lot of value to a lot of you guys who have questions around who's the tenant, you know, what they do, how they move, you know, who comes and leases this space. And I think the next couple of weeks, as I start leasing this place out and getting traction, a lot of those questions will get answered. So I'm super excited about that. And of course, I'm always here on YouTube. So if you guys have any comments, hit the comment button, type a comment in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Do everything you must to follow this content because, and I'll tell you why, if you want to truly learn how flex space has made me millions and how it can make you millions, this is how that is going to be done. I know I keep talking about it, but I don't think you guys understand. So I'm going to do a drive-through and show you guys the vacancies. These are all properties that are vacant right now. Look at this. Just look at what the vacancy looks like. This is ridiculous. This is unbelievable. Like, I cannot believe that there is this much vacancy in a flex space. The most, in my opinion, desired asset class in America right now. Look at this. All of this is vacant. Look at the other side. All of that on the other side, like all these buildings are literally vacant. There's one tenant in there, and I'm pretty sure this tenant is not happy. It's just out here out of desperation or whatever it is that they're doing. Look at that, it's a body shop or something. And there's one tenant on the other side, the entire other side of this property, probably 80,000 square feet of vacant flex. Look at this, just vacant. This is all vacancy. This guy's parking in front of other people. Has a lot of cars, and look at this, just massive project, completely empty. Now those are contractors, by the way, so those are not even tenants. This is crazy, guys. Look at this. Wow, this is scary. It's scary how big this property is. It's scary how vacant it is. It is also scary that it's just empty. Look at this. Like, let me show you guys what a flex space actually looks like. So this is what a typical flex space looks like. I just parked my car inside, but this is what it looks like. You have this little warehouse where people can do their business, where people can conduct business, do whatever it is that they're doing. You have a small restroom, which is right over there. You also have a beautiful, I would call it a pretty decent office. And this is a brand new office, which also makes me like wonder what this is. So this is exactly what this flex space is looking like. Look at this. We're gonna have to deal with whatever's happening. We're gonna have to come in and really work hard and get this place leased up. And well, the goal here is to get this entire place leased up and to make sure that we're able to move enough traffic. Sorry, there was someone over there. But make sure that we can move enough traffic to this property. And not only that, we need to make sure that the tenants love it. Like, we don't want to cram tenants in here for the sake of cramming tenants in here. We want to make sure that all our tenants are proud and they're like, yes, we want to be here. This is kind of where we're at. This is kind of where we want to be. And this is what that is going to look like for us. So I'm going to handle this with the help of a lot of people. It's going to take me about 5 people to take care of this. But I'm going to handle it pretty quickly. And hopefully this shows you guys on the vlog, whoever's on my channel, and this shows the world out there that flex spaces are indeed the most desirable asset. So I'm really actually excited. I'm sad, of course, that it's vacant and these guys are having a hard time filling it up. But at the same time, I'm super excited because this allows me to prove that what I am saying is correct. And this allows me to prove and show you guys that flex space right now is the property that you guys need to be investing in. This is just insane, amazing, insane, scary, all at the same time. So yeah, guys, this is the first vlog since I came back. I didn't want it to be this vlog. I didn't want to come back and deal with something that I had already thought that I was done with, made a ton of money in, but it seems like it drew me back just because of my expertise and what I do. But it's going to be really good because I think it's going to show the world what flex spaces are capable of being and what flex spaces are capable of doing. By the way, there's a flex space behind me over there. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's completely occupied. There's a couple of flex spaces I saw alongside the street. Those are completely occupied. This is going to get completely occupied. But just like that, I got to run for today because I got a lot of work I need to do on this project and other projects. So I'll see you guys next video.